I asked ChatGPT to generate a list of books that could have like a good impact on people, and I just realized I don't like almost any of these books. So here's a list of books I don't recommend. My goodness. I don't mean they're bad, guys. Real fast. I just think it's kind of funny because I'm familiar with all of these books, but honestly, I've tried reading most of them, and they just make me kind of want to puke. And I really wish I could say it nicer than that, but honestly, listening to them is kind of like listening to myself talk because I sound stodgy, arrogant, and overconfident in myself. Aww. Yes, I know the answer. Now read my book. Anyway, we're going to go in. Number 1 is The Republic by Plato. It's probably not actually that bad. I've just never bothered reading it. And I'd probably read it now and enjoy it. But would I recommend it for studying? Nope. Number 2 is the Bible. And I actually have read that and studied a lot. And honestly, I would recommend it to people. I believe I've already done that. I think it has a lot of value and a lot of depth and a lot of context that a lot of people really should understand. In fact, you can safely say that Jesus called a lot of what's going on right now and nailed it 2,000 years ago. And you might not like that, but just because a guy said it 2,000 years ago doesn't mean the people living today are still doing what he said 2,000 years ago, just because they say they do. I think that makes sense. Number 3, The Elements by Euclid. I have never read it. I've never even heard of it. I don't even know what it is. I think that's kind of funny. Number 4, The Odyssey. I've never read it. I don't want to read it. I think it's really boring. Don't get me wrong. It's not bad. I just don't know what is the importance of watching a guy fail to get home at all. Number 5, The Canterbury Tales by Chaucer. Never read it. Don't know what it's about. Have no clue at all. And I don't care to. I can imagine all sorts of people getting all riled up on that one. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Number 6, Don Quixote. I actually have read some of it, and I enjoy it. I don't actually have anything really against it. This would basically be my second one that I'm not like, there's nothing really wrong with that. It's a reasonably good book. Would I read the whole thing? No. Number 7, The Wealth of Nations. It's apparently about economics. I have no idea. I've never read it. I hate economics. I hate economics professors. I have been lectured to by economists my entire life, and yet strangely, I have actually done a better job understanding how the economy than they do. Wow. Oh, I'm sorry. Wait a minute. The economists? Yeah, don't get me started. Number 8, The Origin of Species by Darwin. Never read it, and oh my god, I am pretty sure most people who read it would not actually enjoy it. This one is an example of a book I am confident almost every single person who claims to have read it, because they understand evolution and know how cool they are, haven't actually read it, because you know what? I'm actually familiar with a lot of the concepts he put into this book, and they are not even remotely that accurate. It was I would say creative, but honestly, I think that's a bit of a stretch, to be honest. Controversial, yes, but not necessarily for the reason people think. It's kind of like Christopher Columbus and his wonderful theory about the world being round. If you don't know what it is, I've made another video about it elsewhere, and it's pretty easy to look it up. It's one of those big myths that people still believe today that's not actually true. Number 9, The Communist Manifesto. Oh boy, Karl Marx, yay! Oh man, his critiques of capitalism. Oh boy, yeah, I've never read it and have zero interest in reading a story written by a rich bleep who is a rich bleep, and I have no interest in hearing him lecture me how to live my freaking life when I have been a working class person almost my entire life, so screw you, Carl. Number 10, The Diary of a Young Girl by Anne Frank. I actually think I've read that one. But I didn't remember it until just now. It was that stunning. It was that compelling. I probably would be worth reading. Although I think more people should actually study how Hitler came to power, because honestly, I think that's more important for most people on the planet right now. I don't think they understand how Hitler rose to power. I grew up and I was taught how he did it, and I try and tell people, and they're like, "Oh no, that's not how it was." And it's like, yeah, no, that's no, no, no. I am suspicious a lot of younger people have never actually been properly educated on this. In Germany, I believe that's a crime. I'm pretty sure you have to actually study how this happened, how it came to be, and then study the irony of how it's coming to be yet again. You guys have a good one.